Oh, we're live? Okay. It hasn't updated on this yet, but I knew that. I knew there's a delay. Hey, everybody. It's I was gonna say it's your girl. That's a little much. Okay, relax. We're from Greece. Everybody chill. Everybody chill. We're from a Greek island. A couple. How are you guys? It's been a week. I was going to do Friday, but then I realized that it's extremely draining to talk on the internet because everything I say on here is forever ancient scrolls. So I said maybe relax, maybe do it next week. And my body got the best of me. Let's be honest. She's frail. she's she's frail. She's frail. So I said maybe next week, as I planned. Let's be real. I plan to do this on Thursdays. So generally, right. So because it's just the main day that makes sense to do it. So I said maybe let's go with the original plan. So we're gonna do that. But we're gonna pick it up from where we left off. I have a lot of land to cover. I'm gonna do my best to paint the picture, guys, Bob Ross, okay? We're gonna do as few hashtag raps as possible to as we go on, okay? But I really need to paint the picture for you because this is gonna be intense. And the thing is, I'm trying to pull this from my memory. And not just pull it from my memories that were meant to stay memories that were meant to stay hidden. Memories that were meant to stay memories that were meant to stay in the ancient scrolls, actually. Memories that I wanted to stay in there. Because they're not the best, but I'll explain why. Okay. So, and this actually happened recently with like a good friend of mine. So I'll make these like assumptions about people, myself, things, everyone. Where, like, for instance, like one thing that happens to me a lot is I get bullied by groups. That loves to happen to me, and I expect it. I anticipate it. I brace for impact. And when other people see me doing that, they're like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Guys, the happenings. You guys don't remember Pompeii?" You know what I mean? Like, I remember history. And other people don't remember history. So I'm sorry, I'm going to break it down for you. You guys, like, literally, here are the fossils. I'm sorry. You guys haven't seen. I'm trying to think of like a good word. Like, you guys haven't seen the pressure points? I don't know. I'm going to show you. Like, if people don't get it, like, this stuff happens to me all the time. Like, I can anticipate it. I know when the wind blows west. Okay, I can see this shit coming from a mile away. Okay. I like literally know when I literally know when Durham wheat is like like I literally know when I don't know, you know what I mean? Like I know when the like economy is shifting in a certain direction where my certain body type is like in such a way where people start treating me differently and therefore in such a way and in such a way and now I'm in danger. And so take cover. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why, but people just treat me so weird to the point where it's like not unusual for me to like from one day to the next, like these people aren't safe and I have to like leave. Like, I don't know why. Ask the Anglo Saxons. Why are you asking me? It's not my fault. Ask them. Bro, literally ask the whites why they're not safe. I don't know. So, yeah. That is like generally what it is. Like, I know that sounds weird, but like again, this literally happened to like me recently. Like every time I think this is not gonna happen again, it happens again. It'll happen in the weirdest, like it'll happen in the weirdest context. I know that sounds like again, like I know I'm being so vague, but it's because you have to be vague with white people to find out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that's the way with white gossip. You gotta you gotta be vague, bro. That's the way the sourdough slices. I don't know what to tell you. Uh, what do we do now? I don't know what to do. When do we move on? When do we move on to the topics? The hot topics. Okay. Okay. Um, so our white people of the day, the evil gang of pedo teens. So look it up, teenmissionsinternational.org. It already sounds slicey. It already sounds dicey. Um, this organization, the whole idea is that you hand them like $6,000 that your child already raised with child labor. Like, I kind of talked about this last week. It's an insane proposition. Like, again, like, evangelicals are crazy. You already need to be like drinking the evangelical tea. It is crazy. Again, like, okay. So, like, I see labor very differently now as an adult than I did as a child, evangelical child. But because okay, because of course I see labor as a thing that exists, that has value, that is real. I didn't really notice. I was purposely, kind of guided away from this concept as a child. That was really the only reason I didn't really see that as a kid. But basically, because you have to like, think about it. So, like, to fundraise to go on a child mission trip to do child labor, you have to do child labor, the circle of life. So you have so I would be like doing child labor in my Pasco child town, like in my small town of like Floridasville, to like go then do child labor in a different country for the same organization. Like, no, like, think about it. So, like, I would be saving money up. Like, I'd save $6,000 up to hand to Teen Missions International. $6,000, babes. Imagine somebody handing you $6,000 now. By the way, 20 different children handing you $6,000. Mm-hmm. 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 Um, anyways. Anyway, sorry. Like, I was just too busy thinking about that. Because money is just different. Like, I think, like, it's so funny because like when I would talk to adults about these like money tables, they would be shocked, and I like get it now. I like totally get it. I would be shocked myself. So it was like these insane amounts of money that I would have to raise to then like give them. I don't know. Anyway, to then give them. Um, and it was like this even crazier thing. So they had these things called SBs, which were like punishments, and they were called SBs because they were special blessings. So that's what they would call punishments, is special blessings. And you could get a special blessing for doing anything. Like, you could obviously also get a special blessing for like dressing immodestly or something. You could get a special blessing for like not showing up on time. You could get a special blessing for sleeping in. You could get a special blessing for not, you could get a special blessing for doing anything. So, like, obviously, as you can imagine, if you're just like down on your luck as a kid and you're like not good at this like corporal punishment system as a child, like, which I wasn't when I was like 13 or whatever, like, I remember I had like 28 SBs like going at one time, and like at some point they just like forgave them, right? But yeah, you will. And like, think about that. So like, we had like 1 hour of free time every day. So at one point I just like didn't, like, some kids just didn't have any free time. So like, you're already in a system of child labor, and then some kids were just like the badder kids, and they just didn't have any free time at all. So it was just like you were completely working around the clock, child labor core vibes. Oh, and I didn't even put in here the lady that made me eat dirt. Oh my God, I don't even have the dirt story. Are y'all okay? 4 people watching. Y'all are gonna hear the best story of all. So they had a rule in the like okay, so there was like a boot camp, and the boot camp was for teaching us how to be missionaries. The boot camp was like objectively worse than the missionary trips were. Like the boot camp was to like whip us into shape. And the boot camp was like 2 weeks before the missionary trips. So like it was like 2 weeks of this boot camp, and it was in Merritt Island, Florida. You can look all this up. This is like verifiable information. They're proud of this. They're not ashamed, by the way. This is like, again, you can find all this online. Merritt Island, Florida, teenmissionsinternational.org, Queen. So yeah, so they like cooked all the food on premises in this like big tent. And you didn't like they didn't give the kids any cold water for like the whole 2 weeks that you were there for boot camp, and they cooked all the food in these tents. And I think this is where this problem started, right? So I think there was like some gust of wind or something, because while they were making pizza, and I think some dirt got on this pizza, bro, because I thought it was like oregano or something. I got some like pan pizza, like the type of like cafeteria pizza they give kids, right? And I try to eat my pizza, and I crunch down on it, and it's crunchy like dirt crunchy. And I'm trying to eat it, I'm trying to swallow it. I didn't clarify. So there's a very crucial rule at this like boot camp, that you have to eat anything on your plate. Like you can get one piece of pizza, you can get two pieces of pizza, whatever, but you have to finish everything on your plate. You can't leave anything there at all. So I immediately like start panicking, because I know I can't leave this dirt pizza on the plate at all. So I'm like starting to panic. I leave the pizza there because I don't know what to do. I like choke down the whatever bite I had. And I like ask my leaders, I ask around, everybody's like, no, you gotta eat it. Oh, you gotta eat it. I'm like, okay, I don't know. I have no idea what to do, because I'm just like freaking out. I'm 13 years old, by the way. I'm a little kid. So it's time for everybody to go to dish pit. Everybody's starting to go to dish pit. I start freaking out. And like everybody's leaving for dish pit. So things are starting to clear out. Nobody can really see me, right? So I'm trying to finish the pizza. Like, I'm an obedient kid. Keep in mind, some important context you need is like, I'm a Christian homeschool kid. I'm not like, like, I'm an obedient, like, not just obedient, like, but sheltered. Like, I'm not only not trying to be disobedient, but like, I haven't gotten out much, okay? Like, I'm just like a sheltered Christian kid, right? So I'm just kind of trying to like get through this and do what I'm told, right? So everybody's going to dish pit, and like I said, I'm kind of panicking. Like the pressure is mounting, right? So I at this point, I think I'm probably trying to eat the pizza. I remember trying to eat it. And like there's a lot of dirt on this pizza, bro. Like there's a lot. Like I remember it being kind of coated in dirt. I don't know what the fuck happened to this fucking pizza. Why are they trying to feed it to kids also, too? Like what the fuck is happening? I'm like choking, I'm gagging, and I'm spitting out this pizza, and I look down and I see this kind of like plant, like it's like this kind of spiky plant, and I get this idea to like throw the the like like piece of pizza that I tried to eat under the plant. And I just like there was really nobody around at this point, so I do it. I throw it under the plant, and I feel like I have 30 seconds to like a minute of relief. And I like get my stuff. I'm like about to head to dish pit. And then somebody taps me on my shoulder, and I turn around, and it's this grown woman. It's honestly probably like a teenager, but like to me it feels like a grown woman. um I've never met before. And I can see she's a team leader, like she's a leader. And she's like, "Hey, I saw that." And I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And she's like, "I saw that. Pick it up and eat it." She makes me eat the pizza that's now covered in dirt because it was in a bush. So this clearly sadistic lesbian. I mean, I'm not, I don't know why she has to be lesbian. That's mean. I'm not that, I don't know why, like, no offense to the community. That's mean. Like, but this clearly sadistic woman, evil sadistic woman, honestly, I don't even know what I meant by that, but I just like clearly have something against her. You know what? I honestly do think about her. I think about her a lot. I think about her a lot. I'm sorry I said that, but I do think there's something sexual about that. I think that's what I was trying to say. Sorry. I do think there's something sexual about that though. Like mean. Mean, sexual, weird. It doesn't have to be I think when I say like it's more violating. Like so violating, sadistic. Like do you understand what I mean? I think about that a lot. Mostly just because it actually finally just surfaced. Like, I'm literally not even kidding. My brain just let me have that one because it's so awful. One person just left. I'm sorry, y'all. I know it's okay. You can leave. I get it. That was awful. I don't like that lady either. Like, what's going on with her? But honestly, I get it though because a lot of things that these people do are sadistic. Okay, yeah. So a lot of things, like a lot of stories that I will continue to tell are super like that. um, they're just like different flavors of it. So, like actually a story in that same trip is very similar. Okay. I'm gonna try to get to it as fast as I can. Okay. So my evil gang of teens. All right, Teen Missions International, let's go. So on the same trip, and that is so crazy. Like, I just want to know like, you're an adult woman. What reading of the rule did you think they meant force the child to eat dirt? Like, it's a game. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I'm crazy to be like making fun of her and angry and being like, what's wrong with you? You know? Like, that's crazy. Thank you. Producer agrees. Like, I don't think I'm crazy to be like, there's something going on with your motive. You know what it reminds me of? And I didn't go into it last week because I didn't know how she felt. I know that she doesn't really mind, but I don't want to like prod too much because I don't really know where her line is about it. But like a friend of mine had a really traumatizing experience when we were younger, in a church. And one of the things I think, and I don't think she would mind me saying this specifically, but one of the things I think was so traumatizing about it is that they made her like it was something that happened on church premises. And like she essentially lost her virginity to like a boy at church. And like when it happened, they made her go in front of like church authority, like so aka old men at church, and like describe it in detail. So like that's like for their pleasure. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like there's no world in which that like needed to happen for church stuff. You know what I mean? Like and even me like as a little girl who didn't know anything about sex, I was like that was for them. You know? Like I'm not fucking stupid. Like girls aren't fucking stupid. And like even at the time I wish we had like the authority to be like no. Like you're gross, you're nasty. It's called being nasty. It's called being disgusting. it's called you're gross. It's called jail. You know what I mean? Like that, like I almost feel like I was traumatized just by knowing that like something awful happened to her and they're getting something out of it like that. You know what I mean? Like that's so awful. Like I literally know something traumatizing happened to her and they're like, "Oh my god, what happened?" Tea. And like you know what kind of tea it is for them. You know what I mean? Disgusting. Okay, moving on. Okay. So like last week we talked about the evil gang of pedo teens, like that group of boys that was obsessed with me. A la male comedians. Um so like basically like I cuz it all kind of bleeds together, I can't lie. Like it was like day in and day out they would kind of make every day like they would find some way of making every day, every some kind of detail of my day had to be about them somehow. Honestly, it is so male comedians, no offense. Honestly, full offense. Why did I say that? So like so it was kind of I will say they kind of bled together, but I it all came to a head. I would say like halfway through the trip. And so these mission trips were about 2 months long. So I would say about a month into the trip, and a boot camp is 2 weeks. So I would say maybe like a week into being in Brazil, if that makes sense. I know these timelines are very like fuzzy. I'm doing my best. When we get the feature film, I'll let you guys know. But like there you go. I would say we were about a week into being in Brazil, and our project at Brazil is we were digging a water line. We were digging a water line, and we were building a boys' dormitory. And for the four of you watching, I'm sure you're saying, "Oh, I didn't know Melissa was like that." Yeah, I'm like that. I'm absolutely like that. Oh, you didn't know I was building a boys' dormitory? Yeah, you didn't know I was digging a water line? Absolutely. Where is your water line? Where's your boys' dormitory? In the rainforest. I'm sorry. It's due on my desk on Monday. So anyway, so I was digging my water line and and I'm not even kidding. I was digging my water line and somebody pulls me over and they say like, "Melissa, the female leaders want to talk to you." And I'm like, "Okay." And so I'm walking over and I like remember this all vivid as fuck, by the way. So I walk over and my leaders, it was Emily and Bobby. Emily and Bobby, you're on the stand. So I walk in and like it is honestly like I got to do like a Book of Mormon style musical about this shit. Cuz it is honestly like very stereotypical and fucking stupid. I could write a fucking song about all of this shit cuz it's very stereotypical and very dumb. Cuz like why was the office, like the de facto office for the women leaders was the kitchen? That's not a joke. I'm not joking. That's not a joke. Like if the women leader had to tell you about something, it would be in the kitchen and they would sit there and be like in the kitchen like it was a real office. Like like we have to tell you about the sandwiches. Like it was embarrassing. Girl, get an office. Anyway, like I'm not trying to say that the female leaders didn't have real business. I'm just saying, girl, it's embarrassing. Anyway, my producer, my producer's right. Sounds like they had some real audacity with that shit. Thank you. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And it was so funny too because they get real dramatic with it too. They get real fucking dramatic. So Emily and Bobby sit me down. And again, they talk about it like it's the fucking Pentagon, bro. I'm tired. I was honestly, again, like, you know how you can tell the future? I know you guys can't. But you know how I can tell you know how I could tell the future? I walk in and I'm just like, all right. I can already tell, like, it's way too serious in here for my liking. It's like, you guys realize none of this is important. Thank you. So, and guys, keep in mind, all of this is happening. I'm 13. I'm 13. I'm 13. Like, none of this is needed. None of this is necessary. She's 13. She's 13. Maybe relax. You guys don't know what's about to happen, but I promise none of this is needed. So I walk in, Emily, Bobby, they sit me down and they go, so we talk to the boys. I go, Rich, Rich. Okay. Okay. They go, they told us why they've been so mean to you. I'm like, great. I'd love to hear. I honestly wanted to hear. I was excited to hear. They said they told us why they're so mean to you. I'm like, perfect. Why? They said because you've been throwing yourself at them. Huh? What do you mean, Emily? Bobby? What is that Anglo-Saxon for? Can you translate that for me? I don't know y'all language like that. What? What does that mean? They said you laugh too sexy. They said you sit too sexy. Am I doing it now, chat? Is she doing it now, chat? 13, chat. How old were the accused, chat? How old were the accused, chat? 17, 18, 18, 18, chat. 18, chat. 17, chat. I laughed too sexy, chat. I sat too sexy. So guess what we did for the rest of the summer? Guess what we did? We monitored my sitting to make sure it wasn't too sexy. I'm not even kidding. They monitored me to make sure I wasn't sitting too sexy. I literally was wishing I was kidding. We monitored my sitting to make sure I wasn't sitting too sexy. And they double checked my laughs, chat, to make sure I wasn't laughing too sexy. I don't even know what that means. I'm literally so serious. I don't know what that means. Um, like, like I don't know, guys. Um, and it's so funny too because it had the opposite effect. Like, uh, like I I remember leaving and thinking I was the shit. I literally remember thinking this. Like, I don't know what they wanted me to do. Like, you're telling me I am like a powerful being. Like, okay, I'm so serious. Like, I had the peppiest step because also I had been bullied the entire summer. I'm so serious. I've been bullied the entire summer. I had a serious crush on Jimmy Neutron, and they neutralized that shit. That was a play on words I was not trying to do. Um, and like that really got me down in the dumps. And so they told me like, "Oh, you know why we're doing this? Because you're just so cute. We can't help it." It didn't make me feel that much better, but I was just like, really? Okay. Damn. Okay. She. I was like, fine. All right. Whatever. Moving on then. But yeah, I just like by the way, if you're wondering what the sitting was, it was this. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Sound off. Everybody sound off. I don't know. Is it enticing you? Are you enticed? I literally just have like wide hips. I don't know what you guys want from me. Like I just had like wide hips and like this is comfortable. I don't know what you want. Hi. Sorry. Again, this is why you can't hang out with white people because they will find what's special about you and they will rush it between their powder white fingers and they will hate you. What did I do to these people? Like for real. They will find whatever's different about you and they will hate it. Okay, so Emily Bobby told me this. I said that's cool, and then I exited. Um, I literally was policed the entire summer, and like, you know what's so funny about this, by the way? So they had a really strict dress code, Teen Missions International, and it was partially because I was doing construction work, y'all. She was digging water lines, mama. She was what else did I do? Y'all, I told y'all my whole boys dormitory. I also built a boys dormitory. We had to be in closed-toed like construction work footwear, and I also had to be in jeans, um like loose jeans. So like I had to be in certain types of clothing just to be safe. So like it is not a joke this type of stuff I was wearing. Like I had to be in certain stuff to be safe. So I wasn't being sexy. Like there was no joke about this type of stuff I was wearing. It was purely to be safe. So all this stuff about how I was sitting too sexy and laughing too sexy, like they were purely manifesting things for me to do wrong. It is so funny. Like it reminds me of how during like the Wild West or whatever, like when there was no women around, they would charge men to look at a boot. That's what it reminds me of. Like men will find a way. It is so funny. Anyway, okay, we got to move on. So I was throwing myself at them. Oh my God. Okay. And everybody, I swear to God, this whole team of people made it like a game to hate me. I swear. I swear, I'm not even kidding. This, like, and I swear this carried through to comedy. Like, people who were there don't even play, it was true. And, like, I don't have to, like, it, it's funny. It's honestly funny to me looking back because I don't have to do it anymore. So, anyway, oh, yes, prayer closet. Prayer closet. Yeah. Okay. So, we had this thing called prayer closet. They would they had this like quiet place you would go off and pray. It was like this cultural thing at Teen Missions International. And so it was like this pamphlet thing. It was like a binder. But it was also like a place. It's like really funny and stressful trying to explain prayer closet to like normal people. It's a place, but it's also a thing, but it's also a concept. Um, so anyway, so like at um all of the teams would like do prayer closet like around the world, all of the different teams, and they all have their own binder, and they all have like different ways of doing it. But like basically on your team, like while you guys were working, so like while we were building the boys' dormitory, like one person would go off and do prayer closet for like an hour. And it was like low key a break. Like you want to like do prayer closet for an hour because at least you can like not be working. Like you can like low key relax for a second. So again, I was just like way too earnest. Like the problem with me, and like people didn't want to say it out loud, but the problem with me was that I actually believed in Jesus. Like again, I'm not, that's so mean, but like that's like the problem with me. Like, you know, those kids back in the day where I was just like way too earnest and people didn't like that about me. So this was like another thing about me. I actually filled out prayer closet. People didn't like that. Don't worry, I'm a piece of shit now. I do drugs and everything. You don't have to worry about me. You didn't hear that, YouTube. We're good. But like I back then, totally different story. I was one of those nerds and you had to wedgie me and everything. So, like, I was really earnest back then. And so I absolutely filled out prayer closet, like really earnestly. I don't remember what I said. They probably didn't like what I said. It was probably really nerdy. So, so like, whatever I said, like, you clearly set them off. Like my bullies, right? So, like, they wrote some evil shit in the prayer closet paper. Like, oh, I didn't clarify. So you could like put, they had like a sheet in prayer closet where you could put prayer requests, right? So I swear to God, like my bullies, like in like teen missions at this point, were going death con 5. Like, I don't know what I did to these people, but like I swear to God, I've never had bullies like this, like ever. Like honestly, since then, like men who have wanted to physically hurt me in like like as the only thing that has ever like come close to like the bullies that I had in like teen missions. Like like I is this because I just don't like I would never think to do this to somebody, you know what I mean? Like I know that sounds silly, but I just like people kept being like, but why would somebody do this though? I don't know, girl. Queen? Have no idea, mama. Like, beats me, bestie. Like, people wanted me to know why somebody would do this to me. I don't know, girl. It's mean. Like, what do you want from me? Like, I literally think that I was just like too pure of a kid. Like, I honestly think that's what it was. Like, I was too pure of a child back then, and people just wanted to break my spirit in half. Because I was also like really young. I was again 13. I was so little. I was a really little kid. I really shouldn't have been there. I'm not even kidding. I was 13 and I was homeschooled. I was in a was in a amoeba, bro. I was like not fully formed. I shouldn't have been there. Let's be real. So anyway, I wrote probably some, I don't know. I don't even remember what I wrote. Some normal ass shit that was probably very like Jesus loves me. Yes, I know. The Bible tells me so. I probably wrote some shit like that. So I wrote that. I'm having too much fun. And then and then I don't fully remember, but what they wrote was like I pray I get some friends when I get home because nobody likes me here. It was like something like that. And like it was really mean, but it was like that. Like honestly, it's mean, but like looking back, it's not even that mean. So they write that, and I saw it, and I'm telling you guys, it crushed me. I promise you, it hurt my feelings. I'm literally a human being with blood throwing through my veins. Obviously, it hurt my feelings. Duh. But like, I hurt my feelings, and that's that. Duh. Like, I don't even know if I cried. I'd been bullied the entire summer, bro. Okay, you gotta understand what happened to me this summer. And this is one of the reasons I highlight this. A boy had never liked me before this summer, okay? I was Christian, homeschooled. bestie friend. And then I went to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Have y'all been to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil? Like, I love Brazil. I'm not even shitting on their culture at all. But it's very different from American culture. It's very different. It's a lot more sexual. It's a lot. A lot. They're just a lot more sexual people. You would be shocked. You'd be very surprised going to Brazil. Okay, so how do I explain this? So when you're at a Christian camp for like 2 weeks, you go from seeing like a normal amount of skin in America, living in America. I don't know why I'm being so musical today. Um you go from seeing like a normal American amount of skin to seeing no skin, right? To then going to Rio de Janeiro. I was like, oh my God, what is going on? Like, what is actually going on? And like, and Brazilian people reacting to me. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, um, Brazilian men reacting to me. Like, I thought I was gonna get taken off the streets. And I'm not even talking about like, I'm not even talking about Brazilian men negatively or trying to like make a comment about Brazilian men negatively at all. I'm talking about the differences culturally and how for a little child, that's a lot to experience. You know what I mean? And then to be like, you laugh too sexy, you sit too sexy, you everything is about you is wrong. Like, I actually developed an eating disorder immediately after this trip. Fun fact. Because I just didn't know I didn't know what to do. Like, I just didn't know. Like, I was getting way too many messages about my body all at once. And I was like, I think I hate myself? Question mark? I don't know. Like, I just didn't know what to do. I was just getting way too many messages about myself. So oh my God. I was like, where are we? I think Rio de Janeiro. But yeah, so it was just a lot of messages. Think about it. I was a little baby. I was 13. And I had literally like just hit puberty. And like all these boys were so mean to me. Yeah. So like, okay, yeah. So like I was saying, so like I I was home basically when I hit puberty, like because I was being homeschooled. So I was getting like no messages about myself at all. And then when I was at boot camp, I met Jimmy Neutron, shout out, who like admittedly, like I will give it to that guy. He was really sweet to me. Like he was genuinely nice. And I got this message of like, boys can be nice to you. And then those guys were so mean to him and basically made it so he could not interact with me. Like he couldn't be nice to me. He couldn't like talk to me at all. Which I don't know what their problem was. Like I don't know why they did that. To this day I'm like, why couldn't he was age appropriate and being nice to me. I don't know why he couldn't interact with me instead of the 18-year-old boys who were bullying me. Weird. That's creepy. That's weird. So, and then I got to Brazil. And like I am not again, I'm not like trying to make negative messages about Brazilian men, but it is not like a stretch to say they were trying to take us. Like like I don't think it's crazy to say like more than once Brazilian men were like trying to take us in the night. Like that is not an like that did happen a couple times where people were like I don't know, it's hard to say because there was like language barriers and stuff. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird looking back at, like, past experiences as a child, and you're like, "What happened?" Like, "What happened?" Oh my gosh. Yeah, like, a good example is, okay, so when I was in Brazil, this is, like, a perfect example of, like, what was going on. Um so when I was in Brazil, on one of these mission trips with Teen Missions International, and this is not really besmirching them. I just more mean this is a good example of like I don't exactly know what was happening in this interaction, and I'm just curious, just genuinely curious. So I was with like a missions family, and so a lot of times you'd be interacting with like teen people our age or like maybe older, younger ish. And like, so the missions family, like, um, their kids knew Portuguese, but obviously we didn't really know any Portuguese. Oi, meu nome é Melissa, tenho 13 anos, sou de Florida. That is me saying, hi, my name is Melissa, I'm 13, I'm from Florida. Um, but anyway, that's obviously all the Portuguese I knew. So like the kids would like occasionally translate stuff for us. But the boys would come up to us and just start badgering us. And then like the kids would just be like really red in the face and like wouldn't say anything. And like normally they would translate for us. But like they would be like, we can't tell you anything they're saying because our dad doesn't let us say any of those words. So they would be saying like really inappropriate stuff to us. And like their dad doesn't let them say any of those words, so they couldn't translate any of the stuff they were saying. And to this day I'm like, what were they saying that was like so inappropriate? They couldn't even like, not even the general concepts they could translate for us. But I mean, obviously, if they can't translate the general concepts, like, okay. But like, I'm a little, obviously not great, but I'm just like wondering what's going on in the streets of Sao Paulo. So anyway, so, not great. Um, but yeah, things like that. So, okay. I have another detail about the prayer closet. They actually a couple more details about the prayer closet thing that are really juicy. So, actually speaking of juicy, could I get another soda? Whatever's coldest. So a couple more details about the prayer closet thing for those of you who just tuned in. Basically, the prayer closet thing, I mean, again, we talked about how ephemeral the concept of the prayer closet is, so I can't go into the whole detail all the details. Do you have anything that's sweet? Or is it just, oh, see, I was just wondering if there's anything sweeter. Sorry. I'm a little baby. Like sprites or anything. Oh, yeah, actually that's perfect. Sorry. She baby. Thank you guys for waiting. Okay. So, I know I was talking about the prayer closet. Oh, yes. Okay. So, the prayer closet thing was absolutely bizarre. So, after I left the prayer closet thing, so like I know I told you guys um like I noticed that somebody wrote in my prayer closet section that like I suck or whatever. Like no, that like let's run it back. That that I hope I find friends at home because nobody likes me here. For the record, I had friends at home. Per. Whatever. Um anyway. But yeah, like they wrote that in my section. And again, it's so funny the idea that like, why didn't you tell anybody? Bro, I was literally mercilessly, can't say that word. Um bullied the entire summer. Why are they like, why didn't you tell anybody? Yeah, girl. To to run to my saviors? Like, what do you mean? Like, it's so funny because actually, because you guys remember the like sitting too sexy, laughing too sexy. My leaders were the ones that told me about that one. Like, what do you mean? Y'all the collaborators, bitch. What are you talking about? So that shit was weird. Um, so they like thought that I wrote it. They thought that yeah, guys, let's run this back. They thought that I went into the prayer closet, amen, wrote my own bullying. Okay, cool. Um, like, does that make sense to you guys? Because it doesn't make sense to me. Like, first of all, I would be snappier. I'm funnier than that. Like, I hope. I make friends because but I would be cool. I would say something funnier. Like, let's be real, that was not like I can barely remember it to this day because it didn't have anything. Like she didn't give. First of all, and second of all, that doesn't make any sense. And like I remember there's like there's like a cast of characters, right? Of like the boys that I think like were my main bullies, right? And one of these main guys, Nate, I kind of think this Nate guy did it. Um, and he usually wrote in caps. And I remember telling one of the leaders, Bobby, and I'm not gonna lie, that girl always kind of had rocks in her brain. I always thought that girl was kind of fucking stupid. And I remember telling Bobby, I was like, Bobby, I kind of think that Nate did it. And she was like, it can't be Nate because he always writes in caps. I was like she was saying it like he could not ever possibly write in lower caps. Like he could not like like in order to cover his tracks, he could not ever possibly write in caps in lower caps once just to like make it look different so it didn't look like his handwriting, which is what I was suppositing. And I was like, Bobby, please, girl. I remember letting it all go then. I was like, you know what, girl? If adults like Bobby are the adults that have your life in their hands, like you got to give it to God. You got to pretend God exists and you got to give it to God because you got you got to sit too sexy, you got to laugh too sexy, you got to let it go because Jesus take the wheel, take it from my hands cuz I can't take this road I'm on. It's over because like what do you fucking mean? What do you fucking mean, bitch? All right. So, okay. What's how much battery do we have? 24%. Do you think we could do it? I don't know. The rest. This one will be snappy because I know this one. All right. Go ahead. All right. Oh my God. How you guys feeling? What is this? All right. I never understand why people watch this. I know that just makes people want to log off, but I'm just no, I need to find a way to rephrase this. Thank you for watching this. I need to not say it like that. Thank you for watching this. Um, but period. But yeah, I need to actually keep talking so people stay on. So the weird thing about like my childhood is that I actually always wanted to be funny, which is terrifying because I grew up Christian and I don't know if you notice this about Christian people, but being funny is like a very deprioritized um skill. Okay, well, okay. Being funny is a prioritized skill if you're a man. I don't know if you guys notice that. Being funny is cool if you want to be like a pastor. Um or like a pastor's wife or a very sincere Bible study leader. But other than that, being funny is kind of frowned upon. Being extremely sincere, that is the main sensibility in the church that you want to have. Everything else is kind of cringe, bad, don't do that. I even remember when I was a kid, my dad, like I overheard my parents talking about how my dad was telling my mom that he wasn't gonna like watch Seinfeld anymore. Like he was gonna abstain. You know, Baptists and how they're always abstaining from something. He was telling my mom that he wasn't gonna watch Seinfeld anymore. And I remember being heartbroken by that because we used to watch Seinfeld together. And of course I didn't get any of the jokes, but I just we would do that together. And that was I don't know. Like I remember enjoying the way my dad's laugh felt. Like it was kind of warm and comforting. And I like the way that it kind of resonated throughout the room. Um, but like I think that's like I that was like the first time I felt really isolated by religion was like and the walls kind of caved in for the first time was like that feeling that you can like funny things or like having a sense of humor. I really hated that. Um sorry. It's like so weird to be on stream and looking at comedy notes. Sorry. And not that I can't. It's just weird. I know, but I'm just I'm just saying. Um, I know you guys don't care. We're vibing. For context, like again, you like one thing that's so crazy is the feeling of the paper. And that's not that weird, but how old the paper feels. This is like my old comedy notebook. And of course that's, you're supposed to actually do the material and not talk about how old the comedy notebook feels. That's that's breaking kayfabe for sure. But that's okay. That's okay. I have a feeling we're going to do that next week. but um but I still want to talk about it. This is my old notebook from when I used to do stand up. This was like I want to say 2018. It is. I was going to say 2018, but that's too long ago. Oh my god. I was going to say I'm old, but I think I actually might be old. Fuck. You guys. This is back from a time where comedy was not. Like comedy was different back when this was used for stand-up comedy. Do you know what that means? Like this is this is a relic of stand-up comedy's past. And like these are labels from vodka bottles from like literally a distillery that's not open anymore. Like isn't that weird? Like that's so weird. Anyway, we're gonna work on that. But actually, I mean, I guess I could tell you the story. I just won't do it with the weird comedy notes and sounding disjointed. But so when I was a kid, I it's like actually, it's actually it's so funny that I was like gonna tell it in this weird disjointed way because it makes a lot more sense to just tell you from the mission trips I just talked to you about. I think that's like actually kind of why it feels disjointed because like the timelines are all twisted up like spaghetti with the ones I just told you about. So, like, you know how I was telling you about when I was in Brazil and in Rio and like digging a water line and I was sitting way too sexy, right? Yes. So when I was sitting way too sexy in Brazil, my parents were actually meeting my like first pedophile. Like, yes, I was like being eaten up by like a team of pedophiles in Brazil, but like my first real pedophile was like laying the groundwork. You know what I mean? In Pasco County. You know what I'm saying? So, my life is so stressful. Okay, so basically, here's what happened. So, like, when I was on my first mission trip, that's like that first kind of like 2 month period during the summer where I just wasn't home. And that's when my parents met Drew Pressoir. And if you look up, actually, don't know. Like, so his name is spelled kind of weird. It's P R E. Wow, I'm not good at spelling. Just like not in the air like this. PRESS. You know what it is? Is like I took that Abilify, and ever since then, my spelling in the air is trash. It's Presswar, girl. You figure it out. I honestly, I talk about him like like on my threads and shit. Like I talk shit about him. So like, go find my other talking shit places, bitch. I talk shit all the time. You go do the research. What? Oh yeah, go online. Go be scholastic. Anyway, um but yeah. Fifth Street Presbyterian Church. Drew Pressoir. That's where he teaches or whatever. Girl, that's where he leads the sheep, oh. Whatever the fuck. Um and Yeah, so what happened was like he was just attending my parents' church. Like he wasn't like a youth pastor or anything. He was just attending my parents' church. He became friends with my parents. My parents do this thing where they invite everybody to Sunday dinner, and they invited him to Sunday dinner. And they did it when I was gone. Like I was gone on my trip to Brazil. So like he actually started making a habit of coming to Sunday dinner when I was gone on my Brazil trip. So by the time I got back from Brazil, this man was just in my life. Like he was just in my parents' house all the time. So by the time I got back from Brazil, he was just here every Sunday. Like he like literally like was just a part of my parents' house every Sunday. He was just around. And then and I didn't think much of it because again, like it's your parents' house. You don't think like a dangerous man is going to be there. So, by the time I leave for my next trip to go to the Middle East, like I he's like in love with me. Like he is like contemplating it the entire summer, like whether or not he's going to tell my dad. And then he does while I'm gone. And so when I come back, like when I get back, summer of 2011, everybody in my family knows that this grown man's in love with me. Like sister, brothers, parents, everybody, mom, dad, everybody knows. Nobody's telling me. I'm the only person who doesn't know, girl. So, yeah, like really think about that. Like I hit puberty at like what, 12? And like it's international trips of terror. Like where like it I don't get a break. Okay, the international part was fun, but I'm just saying the terror part where men are attacking me is not the fun part. I didn't like that part. Mm. So, okay. So like I get back from my second trip and I can tell something's wrong. Like this guy's weird, right? And like hopefully I've explained enough. After like I already knew him after the first trip to Brazil. Like, again, he's like a family friend. He's irrelevant. I want you to know something about me, like something really important. All men are irrelevant to my life. Like men, just in general, like men are irrelevant. Like I don't like men. I don't see them. Like, and that's so important. You need to know that about me. Like I don't know. Like, what it irritates me so much that my parents like kind of did this thing about me with this guy where they act like I don't know, like this is some kind of even possibility with me in this whirlwind romance with this random dude. Like, I don't know, like they entertain this idea of this man being like unbelievably in love with me. Like, no, he's just attracted to me because most men on aggregate are attracted to me. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean that you should give him access to your tiny child. Did you know that? That's actually a fun fact that we can all share. Did you know? I'm 14. Like, lock the doors. Did you know? Lock the castle. Did you know? Lock the garage as well. What the fuck? Lock all the doors. Like, you guys don't have context for like, so like I said, so you have like now you like know about like Sunday dinner as like a thing. So like they invited him to Sunday dinner every week and then like made Sunday dinner a mandatory thing I had to come to. So like they didn't even do a thing where like I could have Sunday dinner like away from him or like I could have Sunday dinner in my room. Like Sunday dinner was now like a pedophile torture device. Like what's not clicking? What's not clicking? Like you know what I mean? Like when I say I hate my dad, it's not like funny, cute. You know what I mean? Like it's not like, oh, my dad's a pedophile. Like I don't say that like cuz it's funny. Cuz it's funny. Like, you know what I mean? You don't use grown men against your daughter on the Sabbath. If you want to be Christian about it, bitch. Like I can be Jesus-y with it too, the fuck. You know, like it's so insulting. It's so insulting. My righteous rage. I be flipping tables. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Ugh. Okay. Back to the Sabbath. Let's go. So um like yeah, so like I guess we could like talk about the exact story of like how it happened. So um it's so crazy too. Like I don't get to have any fun. Like it's actually crazy. Like I get no fun. I get no innocence. I get no rest. Like okay, so I get back from my trip. Like I literally get home like I'm home for like a few days, bro. Like no it's crazy. Like I barely get like through the jet lag honestly. And even then, the guy's acting weird. Like, I can tell, like, even in my child state, I can tell when a man is acting weird. I'm not fucking stupid. And, like, I notice he's acting weird at church. You know what I mean? And so it's like a couple days later, it's like a Monday or something. It's Tuesday. And I wake up, it's kind of like noon or something. And my sister calls me and we're gonna go hang out. And I'm about to go tell my sister that I'm or my mom that I'm gonna go hang out with my sister. And my mom calls me downstairs and she's like, "Hey, Drew's coming over. He like is in the area and wants to come by and chat." And Drew lives in an hour away. So I know he's not in the area. Like, I know he's not in the area. Like, that's bullshit. So I was like, I literally like it's so weird how you can be so small. Like, I genuinely was a child and I had woman instincts. I could tell. Like, I was like, he's that's bullshit. Like, I could just tell something was off. And I had fully planned on telling my mom where I was gonna go. I knew immediately that if I had told her where I was gonna go to my sister's house, which she would have not had a problem with, that she was gonna stop me. She wasn't gonna let me go. And I didn't tell her. I just left because I knew she was gonna make me stop for. And like I don't know, something about the Drew thing just felt weird. I don't like it, so I left. I went to my sister's house. Coincidentally, it was a very eventful trip to my sister's house as well. It was weird. It was a weird time. I come back. My mom has a weird look on her face. I feel sick to my stomach. I don't feel good at all. And she said, "Don't you see what you're doing?" And she like has this weird smile. I don't like it at all. And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And she said, "Don't you see what you're doing? Drew's in love with you." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Drew is 10 years older than me. Drew's 24, I'm 14. And again, my mom is smirking, laughing, smiling. bitch. So she thinks it's fucking funny. My dad thinks it's funny too. I'm crying. I remember this vivid as day, you guys. This is what's so crazy about it too, because my parents will try to rewrite history all the time about this. They were laughing. They think it's funny. I'm crying, sitting on the kitchen table, like sitting on one of the table, stools at the kitchen table, and I'm crying. And I remember my dad starts yelling at me, like actually yelling at me, like I'm in trouble, bro. And he said, "Oh, what do you think? Drew's some kind of freak?" I said, "Yeah, I do actually. I do think he's some kind of freak, Dad. I do actually think that. Yes." So for the next like year, I literally become an expert at the silent treatment. To this day, I think my kind of skills sociopolitically come from this like time in my life because I'm really good at like pretending somebody is not in the room because I just like could have entire meals where just one pedophile was just not at the table circumstantially. Um Nobody should ever have to do that, by the way. I don't think that's like you should have to do that. But um looking back though, what I wish I would have done is pour water on his head. I'm like thinking about that now. If I did that even once or twice, it would have been over. Nobody would have nobody would have made me do that again. Like duh, bro. Cause he also pussy, dude. He pussy, my dad pussy. Who I'm so much meaner than everybody else in this entire family, bro. I'm meaner. Like I also would have like no, 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 no. I'm telling you what I would have done. I think about this a lot because I fantasize about it. Um I would have poured the water on his head through the glass against the wall because I don't think it really would have hurt anybody. Like I don't think well, and if it would have, I wouldn't have cared that much. But like pour the water on his head. Again, you can tell I've thought about this. Pour the water on his head and then like throw it far enough that like it makes a big impact, but like probably far enough away that's not gonna really hurt anybody. Um, but like big impact, a lot of cleanup, like a lot of time to think about like we're annoyed that she did that, right? You know what I mean? Like a lot of time to think about like that's annoying of her, right? Um, that's what I would have done. Food maybe. Just clean up. You know what I mean? Like I would have like clog up the machine. You know what I mean? Of my mother's own like lifestyle. Like I just I want to make it so they don't invite me to dinner again. So they don't make me do this again cuz like so insane to make me come to dinner with my own pedophile. That is crazy boots. Crazy boots, straight jacket style. Get out of here. Like and like it's almost like I don't even like I almost want more like more proof almost. Like I have proof because there's so many witnesses via my family members, but like it's so unbelievable. And I guess almost like it's been normalized now via my family members. Like this is part of the anger I have towards some of my family members cuz like even though I love them, like it's like kind of a single family cult. They think it's normal. They think it's just all normal. Sound off in the chat if it's not normal. I'm talking to myself. But anyway, uh, um, these, yeah. Well, thank you. The producer thinks it's not normal, so that's cool. But well, honestly, I don't even need anybody to tell me it's cool. I think it's fucking nuts. And you know what? There's a reason I'm getting my shit cut out. I literally think my family was so crazy. I don't want to even have the possibility of accidentally like reproducing, bro. I'm so scared. Like, ugh. Anyway, so where are we at? Dinner table. So, somewhere around there, I would say 9 months into the madness, to the silent treatment. Oh, he also stalked me. He stalked me. He specifically stalked my Tumblr blog. And to this day, hey, Drew, can you tell me how you found my Tumblr blog? Because I would love to know. I still don't know how this motherfucker found my Tumblr blog. I would love to know. Like, there's no like real clear cut ways he found my Tumblr blog. Like I maybe I linked. I don't know why I would. It's not like I was friends with him. I didn't know this man. I did not know this man. So I have no. Maybe he looked over my shoulder or something. It's so terrifying, you guys. It is so terrifying to be. It's so terrifying. Anyway, I don't know how this guy found my Tumblr blog, but he did. And so, anyway, this grown man was stalking my Tumblr blog from like 13 to like 18. Like, I don't even know. I mean, I probably stopped. That's probably why I stopped posting because I was just like, I mean, he's just gonna keep checking it. So, what else? He wore me down after a while. So, like, here's a fundamental aspect of this is like, when you have like an obsessive stalker and everybody in your life absolutely hates you and bullies you and ridicules you, you start to wonder if you are just maybe a uniquely hateable person. um and so I started to kind of believe that. I started to believe that I was just a uniquely hateable person, and then maybe my pedophile stalker just was like a nice guy. I literally like thought that. I totally thought maybe my pedophile stalker is just a nice guy and everybody who hates me is just right because I lived in such an evil space. I'm literally not even kidding. Just everybody around me was cruel. Everybody around me was hateful. There was just literally nobody around me who was kind to me. There was nobody around me who was sweet or had anything nice to say to me. The only person who was nice to me was my pedophile stalker. So I was just like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I maybe I'm the one who's crazy. I really thought that for like a long time. And so he wore me down over a period of months. And then we dated for about 9 months. And then at some point, I was just like, I don't know. I think I started to realize that like even I don't know, even if I believed some of that narrative, that like I just didn't want that for myself. Like um I don't know. You know what's so crazy? So this will probably come up again because I'm going to be telling a lot more of these stories. So um with my trauma stuff, with like all my CPTSD stuff, I have a very like fragmented sense of self. With trauma like that happens, like there's kind of like levels, like a flaky little pastry, if you will. I have kind of like levels to my sense of self, and even when I get so kind of like lost, because that's what it is. It's like I know none of this is myself. I knew I wasn't a Republican. Like I know I'm not. Like I knew I wasn't. Like let's be real. Even being completely surrounded with it and having like no other real options, no other real way of being, like even if I wanted to be something else, I didn't have that as an option to be. Um I knew it wasn't really me, so it wasn't really an option still. Like unfortunately. Um like like I said, yeah, I kind of answered that like anyway. Like it wasn't really an option because it wasn't really me. Um like deep down, I like there's like an actual core of me. Like so you know how I was saying that in the last episode that I couldn't believe in heaven even if I wanted to because I don't, or I don't, more hell. Like heaven is mad. I'm more just saying like the whole like kind of phenotypical like version of heaven and hell. Like I just don't really believe in because I just don't. It's not about like not wanting to, or like, you know what I mean? All the things people tie up into it. I just don't. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not really wanting to or not wanting to, or I just, eh, you know what I mean? So, like, um, at the end of the day, I just didn't really like that man. You know what I mean? Like, at all. I didn't really want to be a Christian. Certainly not like any of this shit. Oh my God. Um, I didn't really want to be a libertarian. Ew, what is going on? I don't really like any of this shit. I just, it was kind of forced on me. Um, and I knew that, but I just didn't really know what to do. And like, that's what sucks about it. It was so unfair. It's like they put it all on me. It's so weird. It's so weird. I never thought about that. So like, they put me in this position where I don't have any choices. And then he's like, "Will you marry me?" No. But why would you ask me that? Why would you ask me that fuck ass question? Like, I never thought about it like that. Would you marry? No. Why would you ask me that? Like, I don't know. Like, why would you even give me free will if you gonna ask me some fuck ass question like that? Of course I wouldn't marry you. Why would wh- imagine having free will and using it for some fuck ass decision like that? I'm sorry for using that, but I cannot think of any other word for a decision like that except fuck ass. Imagine, I'm sorry, please look, Drew Pressoir, Fifth Street Presbyterian Church. Look this man up, please. Any other word for this decision except fuck ass, please. Drew Pressoir. I'm waiting. Like, oh, guys, he didn't like music, by the way. He literally said that. He didn't like music. I'm not, no, I'm not, no, no genre. No genre. No, he just didn't like music, y'all. No, no, he can be on the stand. No, he can defend that. No, no, that's for him. No, he doesn't like music, you guys. He doesn't like music, but he does like children. I'm sorry. That one broke me. I'm sorry. Okay, and like um so I'm sorry, that one like I lost my train of thought. I like laughed at that a little too hard. And like everything shifted in my brain. But so like anyway, like why are eight people watching this? Eight people were just watching me say like, listen guys. um yeah, we probably do need to wrap up soon. So we were playing Magic the Gathering one time, and like he was playing his cards and he was playing and anyway, basically we were playing Magic the Gathering, and I had purposely gotten everybody out of the house because I had decided I was going to break up with him. And then he had like a specific card he wanted to play, and I was like, okay. And he like wanted to come over to my side of the table to play it. I was like, okay. And he comes over to my side of the table, and he kneels down on one knee, and he shows me this card, and this card has like two rings on it. He got it like custom made, y'all. and it had like my name on it. It had my full name. It said Melissa Andoni Nicholas. Y'all, I have this ring. I had this card, and I like lost it. It's like one of my like. I wish I still had the card. The fact that I don't have the card goes to show you that I did not give a fuck about this guy. Anyway, I he had this card. It literally had some fucking wedding rings on it, and my full name. And he said, Melissa Andoni Nicholas, will you marry me? I was 16 at the time, y'all. He was trying to marry a child. One person just one person just logged off. He said, "This is too much for me. I don't want to do this right now." He said, "Melissa Antonia Nicholas, will you marry me?" And that's going to be for our next episode. I'll see y'all next week. That's like social, political, and artistic theory that analyzes the interpersonal structures of society through a basic understanding of microbiomes. It emphasizes the parallels between single-celled organisms and individual people, as they both carry immense power when collecting in large numbers. Bacterial futurists believe that using this system of thought allows us to shape and predict the future in ways that would have been impossible without its influence.